Hi, my name is Zoe Ballinger. I'm in second grade and I'm 7 years old.
I'm Julia Ballinger,
My name is John Ballinger.
and we're Zoe's parents.
I was struggling with my reading. I was getting frustrated. If I write a word wrong, I would just get so frustrated. But when I come to LearningRx, that changed all of that.
So we were homeschooling, and in all of her other classes, she would do fine. Her math, her science, social studies, everything. But reading was taking the longest. And I could just tell that she could not get the blends. We could do the initial sounds, but not the blends. I was getting very frustrated. She was getting frustrated. I kept thinking it was a lazy reading situation because she done so good in all of her classes. And but the more I tried and worked with her, the more I realized that it wasn't working. She wasn't clicking. I called the Silva Learning Center and asked if they did, because I was thinking it was a dyslexic issue, and I asked them if they did any kind of testing for that, and they referred me to you guys. It was very clear where our problem was at, what it was, and what needed to be done, that there needed to be help with it. And at that time, realized myself I had probably the same issue that she did. Realizing that a lot of times when I was trying to train her or do her schoolwork, I was probably actually saying things wrong to her, and she could have very well been saying it back to me correctly or vice versa, but I was not hearing the sounds as well.
Here's my wife who had been teaching our daughter and had gotten equally frustrated with herself because she felt like she was failing her. And for a parent who's teaching their child to be failing at something is not a good place to be. And then when she came home and said, "We think we know what the issue is," was great because it was like a relief for her. It wasn't her fault, right? It wasn't her fault or it wasn't her teaching. And then when Zoe started actually going through the process and actually correcting it, that Julia started correcting at the same time, then everyone won in that scenario. When Julia came home and said, "Here's what the problem is, here's what the solution is, I feel like this is an accurate assessment, this is what the time commitment is, this is what the cost is," we said, we gotta figure it out, we'll just make it work. Even with our busy schedules, because everybody's busy, right? I mean, you talk to somebody, it used to be, you talked about the weather, now you talk about how busy you are. And so everybody's busy, and then you have to incorporate that because you have to be committed to this. And we both looked at each other and was like, well, this is her future. So
Yes.
Just make it work.
I'm just thankful for LearningRx helping grown-ups and kids be able to read and getting over what I had an issue with and other issues.
Me too. She started a new school program this year, and I was very concerned about her going into it. And I'm thankful we finished the training in time. So we went into the new program, and there's no struggles. If anything, Zoe's quite a bit ahead of the other kids. So it's been a very positive thing, and we're not struggling with doing our homework, and we're cruising right through our reading program. And so in the end, it's been nothing but positive as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, is there really any choice? I mean, we have a point in their lives that we can make a dramatic impact for the rest of their life. So if you can help your child in the beginning, that's what you do. It's your responsibility. That's what we're supposed to do. You know, so even though it is, you know, it was a lot of work and a lot of commitment and the financial part of it, absolutely. But in the end, ultimately, you can do this one little thing for 6 months or 3 months or whatever is needed to make this huge difference the rest of their school years or possibly college or even their, you know, career in education.
If our car's check engine light goes off, we want to go to the mechanic and have them diagnose it. Or if we don't feel right, we want to go to the doctor and have them diagnose it. And when you see someone that has a learning disability, and parents can see it, or others can see it, why wouldn't you invest the time to get it diagnosed to figure out what it is? Because you're affecting the rest of their life with that diagnosis. Whether you can afford to do it now, but at least you can plan, say, I know this is the problem, let's figure out a plan to get the resolution to it.
I think it felt phenomenal. I think training at LearningRx changed my life. It changed how I act about reading, and I wanted to read more. I think LearningRx could change the world if everybody did it.